Here is another example of how to use point-slope equation of a line to help you write a linear equation. In this example, we're given 2 points and the slope is not provided. But this gives us enough information that we can find the slope, and then we'll know the slope and a point, and we can use point-slope equation. So I'm going to start by finding the slope, and if you remember, the equation for slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, where x2, y2 is the second point, and x1, y1 is the coordinates of the first point. If you don't remember this formula, that's no problem. Just remember that slope is change in y values over change in x values. If you don't remember that, you can graph it and you can think about rise over run. So you have multiple access points here. So I'm going to consider this to be x1, y1, and consider this to be x2, y2. So when I put those into this equation, I'm going to get 7 minus 5 in the numerator and 1 minus 2 in the denominator. So 7 minus 5 is 2, and 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So the slope of this line is negative 2. Now I know the slope and I know a point, and it actually doesn't matter which point I use. I would encourage you to try it with both and prove to yourself that you get the same answer. But I'm just going to pick one point or the other. Doesn't matter which one. So I'm going to use the point-slope equation, which is y equals m times x minus x1 plus y1. That is the point-slope equation that our materials like to use. Sometimes you'll see it where the y1 is moved to the left-hand side. So I'm going to substitute in what I know. The slope is negative 2. And now I can use the same point x1, y1 that I did, or I can use the other. But if I use the one I've already labeled x1, this would be x minus 2 plus 5. And then I'm almost done. The last thing I would always check is what form did the question ask me for? And in this case, it asked me for the slope-intercept equation of a line. This is the point-slope equation of a line. Slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b, because this highlights the slope and the y-intercept. So I have to do a little bit more manipulation before I'm there. The next thing I would do would be distribute my negative 2 across those parentheses. And I would get negative 2x, because negative 2 times x is negative 2x, plus 4, because negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. And then I would just copy my plus 5 down at the bottom. And then simplifying and combining like terms, that would be negative 2x plus 9. So that tells me the slope of this line is negative 2 and the y-intercept is 9.